As the echoes of the Charmony Festival fade, the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation successfully establishes itself on the planet of dreams, with the nameless of the Astral Express becoming one of the planet's shareholders. Now, a grand spectacle is about to unfold yet again in this holiday resort famed throughout the cosmos. Starring the superstar of Epsilon and the head of the Oak family, the lead actor is Miss Robin. Featuring a special appearance from the stylish and witty Nameless, the trailblazer of the Astral Express. With a powerful guest appearance from the charismatic and commanding director, Aventurine, one of the 10 Stonehearts of the Strategic Investment Department. Directed by the renowned Mr. Rekka and his trusted companions. Lastly, exclusively sponsored by Old Odie, the head of the Alfalfa family, and a business tycoon of Penacony. And then there's Scott.
Hey, wait, who? You mean that IPC specialist who's good at mimicking animals?
Okay, well anyway, the marketing development department is in on this too. Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, now airing across entertainment channels throughout the universe.
It's been a while. Mr. Screwlum said you'd stop by today, so I figured I'd wait here for a bit. So this is the device for testing the divergent universe, huh? Oh, you've got the wrong idea. I may have taken some history electives back at Paperfold University, but I'm hardly the right person for scientific research. I'm here today on someone's behalf, to bring you a gift. Do you still remember the Holy Grail War we had back in Penacony?
The Holy Grail War?
It's indeed bizarre. This so-called Holy Grail curio. Even though I still recall what we went through together, some of the details always get a bit hazy when I think back on it. Old Odie gave me this Holy Grail as a token of gratitude for everyone who participated in the war. I wanted to display it on the Radiant Feldspar. He agreed, wholeheartedly saying,
Ho 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 ho! What better decoration for the Radiant Feldspar than a cup set to grant any wish? Talk about grandeur!
Mr. Screwlum was entrusted to neutralize the power of the Holy Grail. Now it's just an ordinary dream bubble, stripped of its wish-granting properties. I've always wondered, if the Grail really could grant you a wish, what would yours be?
A wish, huh? Feels like someone asked me a similar question during the Holy Grail War.
As Penacony's last festive superstar, he was once the center of everyone's attention. And now, with the unprecedented first Penaconian Holy Grail War about to kick off, he is back in the spotlight. Come on, buddy. Show the audience that, what is it called? Tattoo? On your hand?
It's the command spells.
Right. Command spells. Proof of your selection to join the Holy Grail War. They say its power lets you command legendary figures from Penacony's history to fight for you. And now, let's give up the floor to the star reporter of the Crystal Daily.
So, honorary member, if you win the Holy Grail, what wish would you want granted? Well then, do you think you've got what it takes to win the Holy Grail War? Oh, dodging the question again, huh? Must be hiding a mace up their sleeve.
It's an ace up their sleeve, not mace.
Right. So, honorary member, which legendary figure from history are you planning to summon? Oh, don't tell me you're as clueless about Penacony's history as I am.
Aw, come on, buddy. It's a rare treat for us Balabagian folks to travel off-world. Running into an old friend on an alien planet? That's pure joy. Sure, the occasion might be a little weird, but don't tell me you don't recognize us. I promised Pitch Dark Hook the Great we'd record every thrilling moment of this trip to the planet of festivities for the folks back home. And here we are stumbling upon you being interviewed for the Penaconian Holy Grail War.
I see. I was just wondering why someone else was taking my job, considering our channel secured exclusive rights to this interview and broadcast. Security! Clear the area.
We can talk this out. How about a collaboration?
Hey, even the money-loving Alfalfa family wouldn't charge such a cute kid a licensing fee, right? Miss, consider it charity. Let this kid finish her social studies project. I mean, what's the harm in that,
Assistant! Get these two out of here! The Alfalfa family proudly presents the first Penaconian Holy Grail War. We'll be following the Masters every step of the way, bringing you the freshest, most exclusive coverage. Before we continue our interview with the Nameless about the Penaconian Holy Grail War, let's cut to a quick commercial break.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've all heard the legend of the Holy Grail, haven't you? Across the vast cosmos, such tales abound. Seekers embarking on grueling journeys in pursuit of a miracle capable of turning their deepest desires into reality. Yet, only a rare few ever have the privilege of witnessing its existence firsthand. But today, I bring you all that very opportunity. I have brought the omnipotent wish-granting chalice, the Holy Grail, to Penacony. Of course, the right to make a wish is a privilege beyond measure. And like most competitions in life, if you want to claim your reward, you'll have to fight for it. The Holy Grail will summon heroic spirits, legendary figures from Penacony's rich history, and bring them back to life. And you, daring dream chasers, will become masters, commanding these servants in battle until only one survivor remains. Worried it sounds a bit violent? Afraid it might turn into another Tychean Robo-Ball competition with limbs flying and blood spattering everywhere? Fear not. Mark my words. In the sweet dream of Penacony, there is no such thing as death. Any violence you witness is nothing more than harmless spectacle. The only thing real is the prize of having your wish come true. After all, this is the planet of chasing dreams. Here in Penacony, anyone with a dream in their heart has a chance to make it a reality. Now, brought to you by the Alfalfa family and proudly sponsored by Soulglad, the high-stakes battlefield where dreams are on the line. The first ever Penaconian Holy Grail War. Let the games begin.
Terrific! I loved how you used the word survivor instead of victor to rally the contestants. Nothing stirs up a person's drive quite like the goal of simply staying alive, What an inspiring speech, Mr. OT. Even Louis Fleming himself couldn't have done it better.
Easy on the sweet talk, kid. I'm not here for your flattery. I brought you in because I expect you to give it your all and become the survivor.
Don't get me wrong, Mr. OT. I'm honored you picked me, but I'm just a nobody, a bottom-tier cog in the IPC. And if the rumors are true, you're not exactly a fan of the IPC, so why me?
I sent invitations to Penacony's top shareholders and family heads, welcoming them to join this Holy Grail War. Some accepted. Others turned their noses up, dismissing my carefully orchestrated spectacle as just a marketing stunt. Seems like living in luxury has dulled the ambitions of the so-called elite. But underdogs like you're a whole different story. Now, remind me again, what wish would you make to the Grail?
Me, Scott? I'm just a lowly grunt trying to climb to a P45 corporate rank.
What a delightfully mundane wish. You aren't even dreaming of rubbing shoulders with legends like Diamond or something. But compared to lofty nonsense like world peace, your dream is refreshingly grounded.
So, the Holy Grail, can it really grant my wish?
Of course it can. Kid, the command spell branded onto your hand is proof of your qualification. You've also summoned a servant and witnessed their power for yourself.
Well, we are in a dream world where ice cream talks, wine bottles sing, and instruments play themselves. A grail that grants wishes and legendary figures resurrecting from history? Not so far-fetched here, I guess. But here's the bigger question. If the grail is real, why are you sharing it? Why turn this into a show? Let's face it. If I were in your shoes, I'd keep it to myself, make my wish quietly, and get filthy rich.
A sharp question, Scott. Let me put it this way. Picture an old man who survived 10 Amber Eras, navigated countless conspiracies and power struggles, accumulated an endless fortune, and climbed to the absolute pinnacle of Penacony. Now tell me, what's left for such a person to wish for?
More money and power? No one ever thinks they've got too much of either, right? I don't know. You tell me, Mr. OT.
You're already getting close, kid. But a single wish, that's far too small to satisfy me. I want to transform the Holy Grail War into an unprecedented form of entertainment in Penacony. Imagine meeting historical legends, summoning them as servants to fight for you, and finally making your wildest dreams come true. This will be Penacony's next grand spectacle, standing alongside the Charmony Festival as a beacon for the universe's attention. Dreamers and wealth beyond measure will pour in, far more than ever before. And for the first ever Holy Grail War, what story could be more compelling than the wish of a nobody coming true? Understand now?
Ah, I get it now. Don't worry, Mr. OT. I won't let you down. As a lone wolf, I've learned how to survive, no matter how desperate things are. But I'm not going to lie, Mr. OT. Just now, during that broadcast, I saw someone who's dragged me down to rock bottom more times than I can count. Funny how fate works. He's here on this battlefield, too.
Let me guess. You mean that Nameless from the Astral Express? A real showboat and a tough competitor, I'd say.
Oh, yeah. In terms of pure strength, the old me couldn't compete with that monster and his crew. But the person I am today, I'm not the same man I was back then. As a master, survival hinges on using your summoned heroic spirits, your servants, wisely, and utilizing their noble phantasms. Isn't that correct, Mr. Rekka?
While the Holy Grail War is ongoing, please address me as Greedy, producer.
Actually, during this war, he should call you by the code name Assassin.
You're right. In the current Penacony, the name Greedy carries no weight. Best not to bring it up.
You got a chance at a second life. It's best to let go of fragile pride, old friend. Names tie you to your past. They also expose your weaknesses. A wise competitor hides their true self from the opposition. Listen up. I had to offer him film credits and the chance to experience a heroic spirit's memories just to convince that director to act as your vessel. You've always dreamed of creating a masterpiece that would shake the world and cement your name in history, haven't you? On that point, you and Mr. Rekka share the same goal. Don't waste the opportunity I've created for you. Go record the stories of the participants in this Holy Grail War, and help this ambitious young man by your side fulfill his wish.
Following my master's command, my noble phantasm has already been trained on those you invited. I can show their movements to you both in real time.
Well done, Assassin. With an ability like this, we're sure to stay ahead of the competition.
The participants who have accepted the invitation and plan to join the Holy Grail War are already under my noble phantasm's watch. So, producer, which one do you want to check out first? Producer, time's ticking. Let's hurry and check out the other participants.
Mr. Oti, summoning a servant this early, isn't that a little against the rules?
I didn't realize our producer cared so much about the rules.
You bet I care about the rules. It's fun to break them in the heat of the moment, but if trouble comes knocking afterward, we're the ones who get hurt.
Rest assured, for this Holy Grail War, I have the final say on all the rules.
Using memory bubbles as invitations. A very Penaconian thing to do.
But what's even more Penaconian is this omnipotent wish-granting chalice. Well, listen to that. Doesn't it sound like a cheap business scam? Only someone from a backwater place like Eurilo 6 could be fooled by a trick like that.
Old Odie is serving up the nectar. But what kind of poison is mixed into the cup?
Madam Jade. Oh, don't tell me you're actually trying to figure out what kind of game this old man is playing.
Why not? Penacony's biggest tycoon throws away his usual image of polite deal-making to invite the family heads and shareholders to participate in this dream contest, promising afterward to grant a wish that someone could never fulfill on their own. Isn't that fascinating?
Fascinating? Well, people with real power wouldn't waste a second of their time on something like this. I mean, who would lower themselves just to entertain him? And if this so-called Holy Grail turns out to be nothing but a marketing gimmick, then things are gonna get really interesting.
Old Odie knows that better than anyone. So what kind of return is big enough for him to risk the Alfalfa family's entire reputation?
So, you believe this omnipotent wish-granting chalice might actually be real?
Across the cosmos, ceremonies that tap into a path's power to create miracles aren't uncommon. The credit contracts I make with people, aren't they a form of wish fulfillment too? And even more so, are the cornerstones we received.
So does that mean you're interested in accepting the invitation?
I am interested in the Holy Grail War, but not in the Grail itself. What intrigues me are the people who join this war for a so-called miracle.
Well, placing your hopes and dreams on some unknown Holy Grail. It's like dousing yourself in oil and diving straight through a ring of fire. Doesn't look promising. But it'll be one hell of a show.
And more than that, it's the perfect opportunity to watch and make connections. Only one lucky fool will walk away with the Grail. But the Bonajade Exchange, no, the IPC's Strategic Investment Department can grant everyone's wishes. Our future strategy calls for more allies. Aventurine, you're going to accept the invitation and join the Holy Grail War, aren't you?
I knew it. Penacony and I just can't seem to stay apart. But I have to say, the way they mark the participants, not exactly pleasant.
Speaking of allies, a certain someone has returned to Penacony. Obviously, we can't have any official dealings with him. But since you've exchanged intel before, there's a little trust between you two. I want you to use this Holy Grail War as a chance to strengthen that trust.
As you wish.
Wait! You're telling me the Strategic Investment Department is joining too?
What's wrong, Mr. Scott? As a member of the Marketing Development Department, their reach shouldn't extend to you, right?
That's right, Mr. OT. Besides, with you backing me up, even Louis Fleming...
Let's just let Louis Fleming rest for now. Mr. Scott, the IPC is just one of many choices in this vast cosmos. Sometimes you need to fight for your own shot at greatness. I've got high hopes for you.
Mr. Pom-Pom, it's been a while.
Now that's forking hilarious. Girl, I know my identity's a little touchy, but here in Dreamflux Reef, just call me by my name, all right? It sure has been a while since we last saw each other. Not since that monkey raised hell here. How'd your agent even let a big-time star like you put on a street performance like this?
A true singer doesn't only perform for the ones who can afford front row seats. But you, Mr. Boothill, your appearance here means something big's about to go down again in Dreamflux Reef, doesn't it?
Hey now, don't go making me sound like some kind of walking disaster siren. You've heard of the Holy Grail War, right? The ads are everywhere. Nobody in Penacony could have missed it.
Wait, are you telling me you're joining the Holy Grail War?
Oh, why do you sound so shocked? Am I not supposed to?
That's not what I meant. Or maybe that is what I meant. As far as I know, only the family heads, IPC execs, and the Astral Express crew received invitations to this Holy Grail War. Basically, the decision makers of Penacony.
And ain't I Pom-Pom, a member of the Astral Express?
That's not what I'm saying.
Relax. I'm just messing with you. For some reason, that old man went and sent an invitation to Dreamflux Reef, too. Micah figured things might go down the same way as they always do. The folks up top have their fun, and the people below take the hits. So, he sent me the invite. Said I might be interested.
I see. So Mr. Micah's asking for your help in his own way.
Makes sense. I mean, after all, I'm a two-time hero of Penacony. Sunday, monkeys. Daggum my stupid mouth. Why'd I bring that up? Sorry. Listen, I don't care about any muddle-fudging Holy Grail, but a Holy Grail War. Now that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I I get that feeling too.
Summoning dead guys from their graves to duke it out, winner takes all. That sounds like something those IPC shirtbags would come up with. No heckin' way I vibe with that kind of setup. But since I took Micah's request, I gotta see this through. Make sure things don't spiral out of control. Alright, time to get prepped. Up next, per the invite's instructions, summoning the heroic spirit. See ya.
That guy, that's the one in Criminal Boot Hill. Mr. OT, sir, can't you revoke his qualification? Letting a criminal join the Holy Grail War is way too dangerous. What if he wishes for every single IPC employee to drop dead? That'd be the end of us.
Kid, you're basically admitting you think that cowboy is going to win the whole thing. Where's your confidence? You gotta keep your head in the game. Once you accept the invitation and are branded with the command spells, your qualification as a master can't be revoked.
Then we should send out the bloodhounds and take that criminal down immediately.
But Mr. Boothill wasn't wrong, was he? He saved Penacony twice before. If we jump the gun and hunt him down now, that wouldn't be very tactful. Why are you so scared of this guy, Scott?
Let's just say there's some personal history. He's got a particularly brutal way of handling my department's people.
Oh, then isn't this your perfect shot at vengeance? Win this war, and you can bring that cocky cowboy crashing down yourself.
Don't worry, Mr. OT. Forget a small fry like Boot Hill. If the traps are set right and the schemes are airtight, even Louis Fleming wouldn't be able to escape.
Good. That ruthless streak of yours reminds me of my younger days.
Around. The next passenger Pom-Pom catches littering is going to have to write down the train's sanitation rules 100 times. Huh? The first Penaconian Holy Grail War? Inviting the Astral Express to join? Sounds like the kind of spectacle that might interest you. Seems like he's not around. Maybe I should pass this to March and Don Hong instead. Wait. Why is there graffiti on Pom-Pom's hand? It won't come off! Who's behind this prank?
The world's turned upside down. Even the animals on the Astral Express can enter this tournament.
Mr. Odie, should I take care of this first?
No need. Letting a contestant like them compete just makes things even more interesting.
The stage is set, and the characters are all in position. But, Master, for you and me, this Holy Grail War comes with a few complications.
Yeah, the competition this time is no joke.
No, what I mean is, if you look at the backstories of the participants, they generally fall into 3 categories. Those who are in direct competition with your department, those who have a personal grudge against your department, and those who see you as their sworn enemy. In other words, from a narrative standpoint, every single participant we've identified so far is likely to target you first.
It's us. You call that a complication? Like I didn't already know everyone here has a bone to pick with me?
A little personal wisdom. Not everyone is your enemy, kid. Learn to separate conflict of interest from personal vendetta. And the key difference? The first one can be negotiated. The second? Not so much. So, if I were you,
you'd deal with the personal vendettas first. Much appreciated, Mr. OT. I'll keep that in mind.
What a poetic twist. Old rivals, now destined to settle the score on the Holy Grail Wars stage.
Lucky for me, I drew the best possible card. Assassin. With your noble phantasm, we should have the upper hand.
That said, knowing your opponent's next move isn't enough. It's like having a script but never actually shooting the film. Let me remind you, Master, your least favorite Nameless is preparing the ritual to summon a servant right now.
Nameless, I gotta take care of you first. Can't have any loose ends hanging around.
Next up is the moment we've all been waiting for. The Nameless will step into the summoning circle, chant the spell, and summon one of the greatest souls in Penaconian history. Who will it be? The legendary Dreamweaver Glocks? Or perhaps the first Bloodhound? Let's find out!
The stage is set. Now step into the summoning circle and begin the ritual. All right, let's begin.
Heed my words. My will creates your body, and your sword creates my destiny.
If you heed the Express's whistle and obey the crispy, crumbly pom-pom pie, then answer!
I have not come to bring all the good in the world, but I am fated to perish, defeating all evil in the world.
7 souls flowing from the Amber Lord's stony heart.
Come forth from the circle of binding, guardian of the scales.
So, where's the servant?
Where's my servant?
Oh, I wish I could capture this pathetic little moment of yours and pass it down as a family heirloom for generations. I was actually worried you'd luck out and summon some terrifying servant. But turns out you're just plain cursed. Compared to you, even I seem less of a lone wolf now that I have a servant. Maybe I should let you borrow the title for a couple of days.
You think you can take a cheap shot and beat me just because my summoning failed?
Listen up, lad. Let me teach you why rules matter. This is the Holy Grail War. Having a servant versus fighting alone? That's the difference between wearing power armor and charging in shirtless. Let's not waste time. Your summoning ritual just flopped. This is the perfect moment to serve you every ounce of humiliation you once dealt me, with interest. But hey, I'm a fair guy. Since you failed to summon a servant, I won't use mine to beat you either. Boys, go get 'em.
Special Scott! You never said the enemy was this strong!
Way out of our league! Don't forget to file my overtime pay!
Oh, you idiots! Hold the line!
No dirty tricks, alright. Trust me, we can do anything! Still here.
These useless mooks are even worse than I thought. Anyways, just fall back for now.
Scott! That's all you've got? Guess it's my turn to hunt you down now.
You really had the guts to chase me down, huh? What a shame. Your Holy Grail war ends right here. Target is in position. Ready, assassin?
Ready to roll, producer. A blood-splattered interstellar slasher comedy. Action!
What are these things?
Just some disposable extras. Nothing special.
Watch your mouth! You're very valuable to me!
Watch your head!
Sure, I'll play along.
Trust me. We can do anything! You can do it!
Until I yell, cut! These extras will keep performing forever!
If I can't kill you, I'll exhaust you! Who the heck are you?
This is being in sync?
That spear! What just happened? It wiped the field! Don't tell me this guy's your servant! Assassin, do something!
Someone's crashed the set, producer. I'm not built for frontline combat, and that guy is bad news. So, how about we take the smart approach and run?
マスターまで霊体化させやがったか。アサシンってクラスはどうにもいけすかねえ技を持ってやがる。そう見えるか？俺はランサー。当然これが神明ってわけじゃねえが、お前はすぐこの舞台から降りる身だ。わざわざ名乗る意味もない。あばよ、サーバントを召喚できなかったマスターさん。
とあなたが私のマスターか。
てめえ、最悪な再会だな。
同感だ、ランサー。私がいる限りマスターに指一本触れることは許さない。
喜べ小僧、お前は特賞を引き当てた。
もう安全です、マスター。怪我はありませんか？過去の聖杯戦争で幾度か刃を交えたことがあります。彼とは敵対することが多かったものの、悪人ではありません。いいえ、私はこの世界の英霊ではありません。私のいた世界にピノコニーという名の国は存在していなかったはずです。限界の際、聖杯は今回の聖杯戦争に必要な知識を授けてくれました。しかしそこには難解な概念が多く含まれており、ここは私の知る世界とは全く異なっているようです。ああ、そういえば自己紹介がまだでしたね。申し遅れました。私は セイバーのクラスのサーバント、名をアルトリア・ペンドラゴンと言います。セイバーと呼んでくださっても構いませんし、周りに人がいなければ神名で呼んでいただいても結構です。かつてキャメロットの騎士王として知られていましたが、その地については何もご存じないですよね。どうやら異なる世界であっても何かしら共通点はあるようです。こちらのキャメロットは今どのような状況なのでしょうか。
Unfortunately, no. It was completely destroyed. But there are still survivors. I have a friend from there, Guinevere. She's got an older brother named Lancelot.
グネビアの兄上ランスロット、血がつながっているのですか。いえ、それはひとまず置いておきましょう。どうやら異なる世界の間には随分と大きな違いがあるようです。申し訳ありません。初対面でこのような見苦しい姿をお見せしてしまうとは。マスターには感知できないかもしれませんが、この世界にあるマナの量は微々たるものです。加えて私のような誰にも知られていない他の世界の英霊は知名度や神秘性による追加の力を得るのが困難となります。つまりマスター、この近くに比較的量の多い食事を提供してくれるお店はないでしょうか。問題ありません。味にはさしてこだわりはありませんし、空腹は最高のスパイスとも言いますから。
Come on! I'll take you to try the local specialty, Halovian winged burgers. No way your world has that.
I've always been a gambler, teetering between bad luck and incredible fortune. But even for me, this draw of the cards is a bit...
Still, I have to say, I kinda like your servant. A partner who plays by the rules and knows his boundaries. I'd take that over you schemers any day. At least he's trustworthy.
Oh, no doubt he's an incredible servant, but... who exactly are you in Penaconian history?
親愛なるマスター、この冗談のような世界と私に何かつながりがあるように見えるか。
Looks like, just like your servant, he's from another world.
こちらとしては安心したよ。この水星無視の派手な世界がかつて私がいた世界の未来ではないと知る。
Forking hell. So, 2 outsiders, some 2 more outsiders. The Holy Grail War allergic to local talent now or something?
3機だ。他の世界から来たサーバントは3機いる。
奇遇だな、クフリン。返り討ちにあって帰ってきたか。
顔を合わせるなり神名を口にするとは。てめえ、礼儀ってもんを知らねえのか。
別に問題なかろう。この世界では誰も君や私のことなど聞いたこともないはずだ。無論エリンの名もクランの猛犬の異名もだ。
だがそれは俺たちがこの世界の英霊に対して不利な立場だってことを意味する。ここは奴らの世界だ。血のりがあるのは向こうだろうよ。
Man, all I asked you to do was a little recon. How'd you end up looking this beat?
たく、それがよ、あと少しでマスターを2人まとめて片付けられるってとこでアサシンがチャチャを入れやがってな。逃げられちまったのさ。その上灰色頭が召喚したのが他の世界の英霊で。
Fork, gray hair. That's one of ours. Why the heck were you fighting him?
前がムカつく奴らを始末してこいって命令したんだろう
Guess we'll have to clear up that little misunderstanding when we meet. You said his heroic spirit is like you guys.
そうだ、マスター。あれは俺たちのよく知るセイバーだ。
彼女
Are you guys often summoned into worlds that aren't your own?
自分の俺たちサーバントっつうのはほとんどの場合自分のじゃねえ境遇に身を置くもんだ。時代、国、戦争、全て他の誰かのもんだろう。
しかしこうも異なる世界を見るのは初めてだな。だがまあ抑止力の守護者としてそれが何なのかは君たちが知る必要はないが。
なるほど。つまり俺たちはお前の
Okay, what do you mean by a wrong Holy Grail War? Do you mean that in your world, the Holy Grail War is a common ritual, but in our world, old Odie completely botched the process?
俺たちの世界でもありふれたとは言えねえな。だが間違えたのは確かだ。何より聖杯ってのはおもちゃじゃねえんだ。特にお前らみたいな魔術の何たるかを知らない奴らがむやみに触るとやけどする。今回俺たちの肉体は俺の推測だが、おそらく聖杯は魔術と似た性質の何かを利用して疑似聖杯戦争を構築したんだろう。
改ざんされた儀式、占有された聖杯、儀式に参加する主催者。
ああ、黒幕って大声で叫んでるようなもんだ。だが少なくとも今回のマスターは霊樹を乱用するやつじゃない。
Well, that makes things simple. We just find the modal fudger behind this Holy Grail War and drag them out into the open.
いや、もしそれが奴の策略でこちらの戦力をおびき寄せて一網打尽にするつもりだったとしたら。
たく面倒だがしょうがねえ。ここにいる連中で正式な魔術の鍛錬を受けたのは俺だけだ。相手がどう構えているのか探ってきてやるよ。その目的もな。
He's texting me now. What the fork? These lines. Did he just get possessed by the Night of Beauty? Whatever. It's not the first time he's acted like this.
What? Already hitting you up for revenge?
Nah, he wants us to meet at Clock Studios theme park. Says he wants to talk about an alliance.
I thought a heroic spirit would look... I don't know... more special?
This isn't quite my true form, but I'm afraid this is the only way I can appear before you. Summon at your request. I am... Castor. I would of course prefer to be honest with you, but every time I try to say my own true name, it turns into this.
Dissonance? But that's your name.
It was. But it's been trademarked, copyrighted, owned by someone else. I'm sorry, Master.
Just call me Robin. I'm not used to being called anything else.
Miss Robin. I'm sorry if this isn't what you were hoping for. I'm just a faded star from the age of dreaming. A piece of dead skin in an industry that sheds its past without a second thought. I was brilliant. Once. Who was I? Well, maybe you'd find the answer buried in some old, forgotten magazine. They used to call me the Eternal Silver Screen Beauty. The golden note of Shipei's legacy. I've had even more names. But ever since I first stepped into the limelight, I've never had my own. Not even in death. Not even now. When I've been dragged from the grave to perform on this new world's old stage. Every time I even try to speak my name, it gets drowned out by that cursed dissonance. But it's my name. My name. Mine. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let it out. I get it. Sometimes I want to lose control too. When we're on stage, under the spotlight, performers like us have to keep our composure. Since you can't use your real name, what should I call you?
Caster. That's the title the Grail assigned me.
No, I don't like that. I want a name you chose, not a name that was chosen for you.
Thank you, Miss Robin. Then, call me Miss Note. For now. Funny. I don't remember being this emotional when I was alive. Maybe my fractured spirit origin is affecting my personality. No true name. No noble phantasm. Just this ridiculous talent for theatrics. But I'll do what I can. However little that may be, I'll fight for you and myself to earn a chance to wish upon the Holy Grail.
You want to win? To me, the only real victory is making this war disappear. And that's something weapons can never achieve. Only song can do that.
But people always remember the ones who win wars, never the ones who try and end them. Whether you want to end this war or win it, you're going to need allies. No performance is complete with only the lead on stage.
I know. I was just thinking the same thing. Out of everyone in this war, there are at least 2 people I can trust. I've already invited one of them, and I plan to lay everything on the table for him.
ピノコニ雲のように空を漂う街。勝手に口の中に飛び込んでくるアイスクリームと綿あめ。本当に不思議な場所です。まあしかし、このドリームリーフという地に足を踏み入れてから、どんなに豪奢な宮殿にも人目のつかない片隅には埃が積もるものです。そこには忘れ去られた人々の満たされていない無数の願いがひしめいている。だからドリームリーフの存在がピノコニーは夢の地ではなく現実の誇張された投影に過ぎないことを証明しています。
All right, enough about that. Let's find something to eat. Listening to your stomach rumble is making me hungry too.
ですが、サーバントとして限界する際は、その世界の通貨を持たないのです。マスター、手持ちは大丈夫でしょうか？安心しました。私も歴戦のサーバント。質にはあまりこだわりません。
Almost there, Saber. Up ahead is the Dreamscape fast food restaurant.
未知の世界の食堂。どのような食に出会えるのでしょう。
My dear guests, welcome. What would you like to eat? Wait a minute. Isn't that our festive superstar? You're here for that Holy Grail War, right? Oh, please. This is Dreamflux Reef, and news spreads like wildfire in this place. And this must be the heroic spirit you summoned, huh? Dare I ask, miss, which famous person from Penaconian history do you represent?
申し訳ありません。聖杯戦争において、神明は極めて重要な情報。
Gotcha. Like a secret recipe, huh?
ところで、こちらのお店の看板料理は何でしょうか?
If this is your first time in Dreamflux Reef, I highly recommend the Halovian Winged Burger. It's a burger you won't find anywhere else. Our store only uses pure organic ingredients sourced from the Memory Zones farms. The soil they're cultivated in is free of harmful emotions.
ありがとうございます。ではその天干手羽バーガーを。
All right, we'd like 100 burgers.
Okay, wait. Did you say 100? Are you sure about that? With so many Halovian wing burgers, it'll take a little time to prepare. Please be patient, folks.
So, Saber, what wish would you make to the Holy Grail?
幸運にも勝利をつかむことができたなら、私はこの話は後にしましょう。マスター、サーバントが近づいてきています。
2 Halovian wing burgers, 2 bottles of Sousa juice. Miss Note, is that okay?
Of course. But I'm afraid this isn't exactly a quiet spot to dine. We have a rather noticeable servant in front of us.
It's been a while. Miss Note, this is the trustworthy friend I mentioned to you earlier.
マスターのご友人でしたか?
Excuse me. Could you please put their meals on my tab as well? Also, make sure we have a quiet dining experience. No interruptions from the other guests. I'll leave an extra tip for that. Thanks.
All right, you can rest easy. No one's gonna bother you while you're eating.
Miss Servant, over there? Could you turn down the murderous look? If your hand's always on your sword, I'll have to step in to protect Miss Robin.
我々は今、聖杯戦争中です。あなたたちがマスターに敵意を持たないと確信できるまで、この手を剣から離すつもりはありません。
Sorry to interrupt, dear guests, but if you're gonna fight, maybe you should eat first. Your Halovian wing burgers are ready.
So, let's eat first?
Agreed.
You two ordered all of this? It seems they've all calmed down after eating. The dinner table really is the best place for diplomacy. No problem at all. I love seeing people smile after they're full. But your servant's appetite is truly impressive.
Miss Saber, I don't remember anyone like you in the history of Penacony.
それもそうでしょう。私はピノコニーの人物ではありませんから。もっと言うと、あなたたちがいる世界の歴史にも存在しません。
I don't quite understand what you mean.
私は別の世界に存在した王国、ブリテンを治めていた騎士王です。 ピノコニーの歴史には存在しません。そのため本来であればこの地の聖杯戦争に召喚されるはずはなかったのですが、しかし今回の聖杯戦争には少なくとももう一機私と同じ世界から来た英霊がいます。
Forgive me for asking such a naive question, but what exactly are you heroic spirits? Are you truly the souls of historical figures who have passed?
英霊とは歴史に名を刻んだものです。そうひとまず解釈していただいて構いません。聖杯の召喚に応じ、英霊は魔力で構成された肉体で限界します。また生前の逸話をもとに再現された切り札宝具を所有します。
Magical energy, noble phantasms. Do these things really exist?
この世界は神秘が極めて希薄な場所のようです。私の知っている魔術も大半が力を発揮しないでしょう。ですので今回の聖杯戦争はこれまでのものと大きく異なっています。私の体を構成しているものは魔力ではなく別の基礎的な要素のようです。それからそちらのノーツガールさんはキャスターとして私よりも現状を把握しているのではないですか？
In life, I wasn't anyone special, so I'm quite surprised to have been summoned as a heroic spirit. I'm nothing like Miss Saber, who gives off such a sense of security and reassurance. I've even lost my true name. I honestly don't know what a servant, as weak as I am, can do for my master.
Miss Note.
だとしても英霊として聖杯に召喚された以上、あなたは自分の物語を歴史に刻んだことを意味します。それに聖杯戦争において英霊の力は勝利を目指す上での絶対条件ではありません。
Well said. My brother once told me that Penacony is a land of empty legends and no true heroes. To him, the historical figures of Penacony, the legendary heroes, are all just half-truths. Images created by later generations, like products in a store window. Even their dreams turn into reality TV prizes. But at this moment, whether it's the otherworldly Miss Saber or the historical Miss Note, I'm certain you both are more real than that. And not just some commercialized product.
Master, thank you for your comforting words. But in my current state, with my true name sealed, and not to mention being an enemy of that saber, I fear it would be difficult to protect you in front of other opponents, let alone help you achieve your dreams.
I'm the last remaining head of the Oak family, a chord master of harmony. I'm not as fragile as you think. And as of now, I no longer have a wish to entrust to the Holy Grail.
Master, what exactly are you saying? If you no longer have a wish to entrust to the Holy Grail, why did you accept the command spell, step into the summoning circle, and call me here?
I joined this game, held by old Odie, with mixed feelings. Because at first, I did have a vague idea in mind. My brother once summoned a higher power to intervene here for his own wishes, hoping to turn Penacony into a utopia in dormancy. He failed, and now must walk the road of atonement. But the impact of his actions still lingers in the hearts of the people of Penacony. I wanted to use the Holy Grail to erase and heal those scars. to make up for my brother's mistakes. But now I realize I was wrong. Summoning Miss Note to the present world showed me that the Holy Grail does possess some sort of power. And entrusting my vague, unclear wish to an unknown entity would lead us down a very dangerous path. Regardless of my intentions, my wish is still selfish. It's no different from my brother's wish. I'm sorry, Miss Note. But the moment I summoned you, I realized my true feelings. The people of Penacony are not so weak that they need Enna's dream to save them. I shouldn't ask the Holy Grail for anything. What concerns me more is... what exactly does old Odie want to use the Holy Grail for?
この聖杯戦争に不審な点が多いのは間違いありません。私のいた世界では聖杯戦争はもともと魔術師たちの儀式でした。その神秘性を保ってこそ奇跡を起こす力が生まれます。しかしあのオーディさんは主催者でありながら儀式を大々的に喧伝した。このように神秘性のかけらもない儀式は本来成立しないはずです。これまで幾度か聖杯戦争を経験してきましたが、今回のようなものは見たことがありません。ですから慎重を期すべきかと。マスターはどのように考えますか？
No. We must unite everyone, temporarily setting aside any fighting.
From what I know of old Odie, he won't stop this game no matter what.
So I want to form an alliance with as many participants as possible. Until we clearly understand the true nature of this Holy Grail war and the power of the Grail, we shouldn't make any wishes too hastily.
You're a worthy successor of the Oak family, Master. But I think your plan for alliances is a bit idealistic. Each participant and their servant have their own desires. And until the final winner is decided, no one can guarantee that your trusted friend and his saber won't turn their blades on us. But for now, I'll follow your lead. However, if the situation changes when trying to form alliances with other servants, I'll make my own decisions.
Huh? Boothill just sent me a really long text message.
I got one too. Was it a mass text? Is this a text from Mr. Boothill? Putting the content aside, Boothill isn't exactly good at typing, let alone this kind of formal letter format.
See? Peace is just the interlude in a war. That Boothill. He's probably already been taken down.
No, he's a seasoned warrior. There's no way he's out this early. But someone must have gotten their hands on his phone and is using his identity to lure us to Clock Studios theme park.
それにしても随分と丁寧な招待状ですね。誘われたのであれば応じるのが礼儀というものでしょう。
Yeah, I was thinking the same. If we rush over now, there's still a chance to save Mr. Boothill. What do you all think?
ええ、私もそう思います。 十中八九相手は罠を張っているでしょう。しかしそのリスクを負ってでも救援に向かわなければ我々は2人の盟友を失い以降の戦いが不利になる恐れがあります。
Then let's head out.
Aren't we supposed to meet up here? Where did they go? Something's off. Maybe someone got the jump on him, took him and his servant out before we got here.
率直に言って、あのセイバーをたやすく倒せる実力者がここにいるなら、私たちでは太刀打ちできないだろう。
Or maybe our old friend is concerned about an IPC employee showing up. So they're lurking in the shadows to assess us.
なんだ、君たちはかつて敵同士だったのか?
Well, past enemies can still become present-day allies. Am I right, cowboy?
Even with the IPC, he should at least trust me after we went through so much together. Hey, come on out. Let's chat about joining forces as a team. You ain't gonna get hurt.
Oh, they aren't coming. I went through a lot of possibilities in my head before we got here. But I never expected to face the most ridiculous of them all.
A shirtbag pulled off a scam on a Galaxy Ranger. Listen up, fork and shirtbags! Ain't no matter who you are and what you want to do. I've got you surrounded. Pop out now. Don't say I didn't warn you when you stub your toe on the way to the underworld.
Did you hear that? Oh, he's gonna kill us if we don't give ourselves up. Oh, he's every inch a serious criminal with a huge bounty on his head. I'm positively shaking in my boots with how he talks. Huh? Wait, isn't that Mr. Aventurine of the 10 Stonehearts? Why is a criminal wanted by the IPC walking around with an IPC executive, Sir, if that blasted cowboy's got you kidnapped at gunpoint, just give me a blink. Or maybe you two are actually friends? An IPC executive secretly in cahoots with a cosmic fugitive. Assassin, you've got to grab this awesome scene on film.
Oh, your servant is Mr. Rekka? No. Wait, now that I'm looking at him, there's something off.
Hey, you know him? The guy in the IPC uniform next to Rekka?
There are more IPC employees who know my face than there are grains of sand in Sigonia's desert. You think I can remember them all?
Oh, wretched brat. You think I'm scared of you just because you're a Stoneheart? The Strategic Investment Department's reach may be long, but it will never reach my neck of the woods. After I win the Holy Grail, I will make everyone do as I say. I'll make you all kneel before me and beg for mercy, then have you bark like dogs, oink like pigs. No, croak like frogs.
聖杯を使って鳴き声の真似をさせるとは、なんともったいない。
So old Odie even sent invitations to your department? But I thought you folks barely stationed anyone at Penacony. Unless your name is...
Huh? Oh, have you actually heard of me?
Never mind. There's no way I'd ever remember the name of some nobody.
Ha! You high and mighty executives have never treated us basic workers as people! You would send me to a primitive post like the Cienjo with one word and switch me over to Penacony with the next! I thought Penacony might be a juicy gig. But all I've done every day is talk business to a bunch of papashi! It's making my neck crank even worse! But hey, all of that'll soon be a thing of the past. Aventurine? Ha! I'll replace you and become the new Stoneheart of that name. Assassin, use your noble phantasm to bring me victory!
Huh? Do I finally get to see this shrimp servant in action? Archer, get ready for a fight.
なぜそうも危機としている？
The filming has begun, actors. Take your positions. Let the camera roll. Let the film spin. And let us return to the silent horror picture show. Ready? Action!
I've always wanted to see you people like this. A bunch of idiots subjected to my every whim. And why have you been reduced to this, may you ask? Because now I am the protagonist. You extras will never be treated in the same way as me. I can't wait to hear what kind of petrified screams you'd be making in this horror show. Oh, wait. Oops, I forgot. No one can hear their own screams in Assassin's Noble Phantasm. After entering Boss Scott's turf? In your dream.
Supporting characters with no voice dubbing shouldn't waste the audience's time with your lines. Ready! Action!
You fool! How did you let your true name slip like that? Isn't that supposed to be a heroic spirit's greatest weakness? Assassin!
Trying to run? Did I, the protagonist, ever give you permission to run? As the star of this film, I'll be the one to personally tear you all apart limb by limb. You see these chainsaws in my hands? With assassin's power, these 2 poison saws can cut 3 times the blink of an eye. That's 6 cuts in one go. My concealed sword chainsaw reversal. You won't escape me even if you turn into a swallow.
逃げ場はない。
Is this what you meant by giving me more power? I'm all fired up! Now, I will take back everything you took from me. You shall pay tenfold, no, 1,000-fold! Private disagreements? You ruined my life! You made me bark and oink and face into motion, moving from one puny post to another in the cosmos, in despair and misery. And this is what you call it? Private disagreements? You and your little entourage of extras. You won't get to be cocky for much longer. The power inside me is breaking out, trying to be free. 1 Scot, 2 Scots, 3 Scots. My scalp is scratchy. 2 got stuck in there. Fear me, mortals, for I am everywhere. In your dreams, in your shadows, right behind your back. Now I, the Lord of the Wolf Pack, the 1,000-faced Scot, will devour all! 7 ways to end your lives. 7! Let me show you the overwhelming strength in numbers!
さてどうする？カラドボルグ。
Scott, don't you think you've messed this one up? Oh, shut it! Weren't you just getting your butt kicked a moment ago? We are gathered here today to commemorate the many Scots who have sacrificed their lives again and again. But if those deadweights weren't dragging me down, I'd have won ages ago. The true lone wolf walks alone. Only weak rabble sticks together. Coward! You've been hiding at the back all this time. Even my eyelashes did more work than you. Greedy! Do you still even want the Holy Grail? Go change the script on the fly. Move the stage props. Give me more power. Let me crush them all. Crush them in the palm of my hands like a true villain. Greedy, are you trying to betray me? Don't forget, I am your master! With my command spell, you'll have to... Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit,
Ribbit, evil spirit, why do you despise humans so? Is there not a single ounce of love or compassion in your heart, Ribbit? If I back down now, I'd be the same as all the other Scots. So, if you want to hurt Miss Robin, you'll have to walk over my dead body, Ribbit. Old foe, you've arrived just in time. Help me! Together we can crush this blasted evil spirit! Doesn't matter if you want to punish me later or demand an explanation. As long as Miss Robin is safe, you can do whatever you want with me, Ribbit. Ribbit? Ribbit! Here comes a hero of justice, Ribbit! Greedy split my consciousness into countless fragments in the previous battle, just like what happened to Miss Robin. I'm honestly as shocked as you are. Who'd have thought there's justice in that man called Scott? And yet, My chest burns with righteous fire. Then I thought, what if this is all part of Scott's plan? What if the evil side of him is lying in wait within me, ready to spring to action at any moment? I want to go with you to save the other Miss Robbins, and I also need someone to kill me if Scott ever takes over my body. To honor the trust placed in me, I will never bend to evil, Ribbit. Ribbit, I'll prove my justice with my actions, Ribbit. With all of you. But I'll die happy, knowing that I gave my life for justice, to keep others safe. Tell Rakshmi, the night we broke up, I lied to her. There's no such thing as a Scott of justice. That justice is a part of the name. It doesn't mean anything. What do you think? How would you rate this shocking reveal, Ribbit? Director, heal me up! I worked so hard to lead them into the trap, and now you're shooting me in the butt! Hey! What about my butt?
解よマスター。前
Hedge your bets.
私の番か。カラドボルグトレソン。
始終マスター。
I am unlimited. Blade works.
Archer, as my servant, you'll come with me, right? Oh, what's wrong with being a little underhanded if we can win? So you still refuse? You know, I should use my command spells to force you into submission, but I hate brands on the flesh that bend someone to another's will. If staying with them is your wish, then so be it. But sometimes, a change in perspective will make you see the gamble in its entirety.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Going all in. Everything I can. Sure, I'll play along.
Watch your head.
必ずや勝利を経験解放
I'm on it. Final play coming down from above. Never.
CJ マスター
Hedge your bets.
It's all or nothing! Watch your head. Fancy this one.
必ずや勝利をストライクエア
Prepare for some hard one.
まだです
懲りないやつカナドボルグ I am unlimited Blade Works ドレスオン
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
This is being in sync? We can do it!
前 CJ マスターストライクエアこの明かりは X ハイバー
It's all or nothing! Watch your head. Double dip!
Are you seeing the enemy's position now, Archer? Now it's time to put an end to this! Why do actors in horror films never see where the monsters come from? Why do monsters keep popping into the frame as long as the film is rolling? It's because the true monster is born beyond the set. The director's lens is the real cradle of terrors. Your presence concealment skill is simply a manifestation of the theatrical rule that characters in the story cannot see the cinematographer filming behind the lens. But monsters are different. They are the soul of horror films, the focus of the lens. Their line of sight is always fixed on the camera's position. That's why only Scott, the man playing the monster, can see you.
You win. I concede. Having the devil lurking behind the lens and getting real monsters to step into the theater. That was my finest offline marketing campaign ever. Who'd have thought that someone could still see through my tricks hundreds of years in the future? How did you do it, friend?
Did I never mention it to you? Well, I am your fan, Mr. Greedy.
A director of flops from centuries ago, catching the eye of a big shot from the strategic investment department. Thanks for the compliment, but that was a pretty bad lie from you.
Oh, have more confidence in yourself, Mr. Greedy. After I stumbled upon your first movie, curiosity led me to dig through the archives of Greedy films. Now, you had each moviegoer sign a death and liability release waiver before entering the theater. And you released Memory Zone memes into the theater at intermission. Oh, these interactive marketing tactics were way ahead of their time. You could smell out exact market demands and deliver maximum impact with minimal resources. Oh, had we met back then, I would have made sure to secure a spot for you in the marketing department.
I'd rather not be recognized for those achievements.
You could have been rolling in riches. But you poured everything into filmmaking to create something you loved. You're a director worthy of respect for that alone. But what you've done is unforgivable.
The watchmaker said almost the same thing to me back then. But like I said, I concede. I have no talent and can't create true art. I've come to terms with that after dying.
Then could you tell us old Odie's plan? If he truly wanted to achieve his wish, he could have easily hired a few masters to stage out a variety show with a rigged outcome. But he deliberately gathered a group of uncontrollable individuals to participate in a Holy Grail war that might never even happen.
Mr. Odie gave me a backup plan before I came here. When I lose, I'm to humbly admit defeat and invite everyone to the Grand Theater. Mr. Odie and the Holy Grail will be waiting for you there. You'll hear all the answers from him. And you, my fan, this little behind the scenes is just for you. I believe the reason Mr. Odie reached out to you all is simple. You'll bring in higher ratings for this show.
グレイディの話は信用できるのでしょうか?
There's nowhere in Paniconi more fitting for a grand finale than the Grand Theater. Oh, Mr. Boothill, why are you looking at me like that?
Didn't expect someone like you to be that Fudger's fan.
服装もそうだが、さすが我がマスターのセンスといったところか。
Instead of calling me Master, a word that brings back dead class structures, I prefer you address me as Mr. Aventurine.
See, Red Guy? Those business crooks are all the same. They take everything you throw at them, and insulting them's like punching a cotton fluff ball. Ain't no fun at all.
では仰せのままに、Mr. Aventurine.
決戦は劇場ですか。王李さんはすでに戦場を整えているでしょう。聖杯を有する彼はグレイディよりも厄介な相手となるはずです。甲状戦に集まった戦士たち、ようやく戦らしくなってきましたね。
I'm going with you. It doesn't matter whether Miss Node is now friend or foe. I will bring her back.
Oh, by the way, I think I forgot to ask. Mr. Boothill, do you know which department Scott's from?
Whoa, yeah!
Now, that's more like it. Let's move out.
Taかが真似事の茶番だってのに、こうも手の込んだ準備をしてるとはな。どうにも腑に落ちねえ。時間の流れを意味する12の時、そして全ての時の中心にあるこの月。魔術を多少なりともかじった人間なら絶えず力がここに集まってるのを感じるだろうよ。だがこの世界には魔術もなければ魔術師もいねえ。で、じいさん、この聖杯戦争を仕組んだのは本当にあんたなのか。魔術師って感じじゃなさそうだが。
The sharp instincts of a businessman are enough for me to know where and when to make my moves. And the Holy Grail has told me everything I need to know. You are the servant of that Galaxy Ranger. I didn't think your nose would be even sharper than the Bloodhound family's minions. Is it really wise for you to charge in here on your own instead of loyally staying at your master's side? That cowboy's in quite a pinch right now and would appreciate a speedy rescue.
世話の焼けるマスターだ。だがよ、ここでてめえの首をはねりゃ、あの鉄塊のマスターを助けたことにもなるだろう。経験者として一つ忠告しといてやる。聖杯は決して人の思い通りにはならねえ。聖杯が残すのは欲望に溺れた亡霊だけだ。
I appreciate the advice, truly. In that case, am I not giving the Holy Grail a new purpose? It'll become an entertainment spectacle much more worthy of investment than some wish-granting chalice.
エンターテインメント番組だ。なるほど。そりゃ聖杯と相性がいい。聖杯戦争も起きるってもんだ。この神秘性を欠いた世界じゃ、たとえ聖杯を手に入れたところで酒を継がせるのが関の山だろう。だが魔力とは別に聖杯に奇跡を注ぐ熱量があるのなら話は違う。神秘の秘匿を守らなきゃならねえ聖杯戦争が誰もが見られる番組にガラリと変わった。そして人々はこの夢の星で聖杯の儀式を知り、英霊の召喚を見て聖杯がもたらす奇跡を信じ込んだ。ここの連中の小さな願いがエネルギーとなり、聖杯には偽りの奇跡が塗られた。お前の仕切るこの茶番はそいつらの願いを踏みにじった上で成り立ってるってわけだ。
Quite the impressive insight, servant from another world. Your presence here was certainly a surprise to me, but you and your friends are needed. The Holy Grail needs more efficient fuel. And that means you. Miss Note? No. It's time for you to show Penacony your true charm.
I did what you wanted me to do.
Well done, my old friend. So many years have passed, but I still remember every performance you gave, every dance you danced, every melody you sang. You were like a blooming iris. But I prefer how you are now compared to your heydays on the stage. Stripped of all the external pretenses. So simple. So ordinary.
Enough, OT. Outdated metaphors are as revolting as last night's leftovers. I've kept my promise. Now, it's your turn.
There's no rush, my old friend. Everything you desire can be obtained without magecraft or miracles. Money is all it takes. The so-called Holy Grail is nothing more than a vessel crafted from gold. And the real stars of this show are about to make their entrance. Your job is to hold them off until the last step of the ritual is complete. Once that is done, I will honor my end of the deal.
OT. Looks like your business acumen has rotted along with this world. I could barely restrain that one servant. And now you expect me to take them all on?
Don't be so modest. Unlike Greedy, you are a true artist. You have the talent to bring thousands of characters to life all on your own. You are the perfect counter to these heroes. I will give you the power the Holy Grail has accumulated so that you can crush them all. Then this grand spectacle will come to a glorious finale.
Fork it. Wasn't that blue guy supposed to scout this place ahead of us? Haven't even heard a single peep from him so far. Could that old man have pulled a fast one on him?
争った痕跡はないようです。ランサーらしくありませんね。
あの男のことだ。売らなくてもいい喧嘩を売り、満足して立ち去ったまであるが。
His note! I'm glad you're okay.
Wait. Something's off. Miss Note. I trust that you've seen Lancer here, haven't you?
Yes. He came to the Grand Theater with his spear raised and ready, eager to impale old Odie on the curtain. I couldn't agree more with his approach. But I still have dreams left unfulfilled in this miraculous second life. So, I asked him to take a break. And I must insist that every one of you take a break as well. Until Mr. Odie finishes the ritual. Fear not. There will be no pain. Please, leave your passion and ambitions on the stage. Like how actors shed their fatigue and makeup behind the curtains. And rest.
Let the curtain fall! Cannon can present!
This バカな。どうしてブリテンに？ありえない。ええ、この地を忘れたことはありません。 全て覚えています。この草原も風も街並みも、キャスターが私の記憶を利用して閉じ込めようとしているのでしょうか。この街は私が騎士としての一歩を踏み出した場所なのです。
よう、アルトリウスじゃないか。あんたも剣を抜きに来たのか。
アルトリウス、そうですか。ではあなたはエイデン。
I knew it! That mage Merlin spun such a tall tale, something about whosoe'er pulleth out this sword of this stone is rightwise king of all England. Even an apprentice knight wouldn't be able to resist that. That being said, a little fellow like you drawing the sword and becoming king, I really can't picture that.
そうですね。私もそう思います。行きましょう、マスター。私の男性名です。当時ブリテンの王が女性だと知られれば統治に支障をきたしますから。今私たちがいるのは私が先帝の剣を抜く直前の時間でしょう。私たちを足止めするためキャスターは魔物や異民族の軍隊、竜といった手勢を用意していると予想していましたが、本当に何もかも懐かしい。騎士として村を出てから戻ることはなかった。私がまだ何者でもなかった時の幼い夢の話です。ただ惜しいのは、こうして私に合わせて作られた幻だというのに乗れる馬がいないことです。当時の私は騎士に憧れを抱いていました。馬に乗ってこの道を駆け、草原を抜けた先にあるエクターの家へ行くことを思い描いていたのです。私を預かり育ててくれた老騎士です。ある意味私の父と呼べる存在でしょう。彼はいつも眉間にシワを寄せていましたが、冗談を聞くと誰よりも笑っていました。それから口癖のように私にこの地の理想の王になってほしいと。結局彼が王になった私の姿を見ることはありませんでしたが、ああ、申し訳ありませんマスター。昔語りが過ぎましたね。ただ夢や幻の類であれ、せっかく得られた機会です。私の故郷を案内しましょう。はっ。これがキャスターの召喚した兵士ならさぞ手強い相手でしょうね。このようなおもちゃは見たことがありません。生まれてから15年、私は大半の時間を馬の飼育と剣の稽古に当てていたものですから。マスターは、あなたはどのような子供時代を過ごしたのですか？あなたの過去についてはまだ聞いたことがありませんでしたよね。
The only thing I remember is being woken up by someone in a space station.
そうでしたか。マスターの性格がいささか自由なのは過去のしがらみを持たないからなのですね。
My earliest memory was boarding a train headed for the stars and meeting many kindred spirits as friends. Though I have no past, I have a future. the person I wanted to be.
それは苦しくとも良い旅を続けてきたのですね、マスター。生前の私もそうであればよかったのですが、かつて私には目指していた人物像がありました。白き竜と化した費王ボーティガーンからこの地を救い、異民族に蹂躙されている民を解放するため、皆が望んだ通りブリテンを救う理想の王になる。そのためなら全てを捧げてもいいと。岩に刺さった先手の剣を抜けば私の願いは叶うと魔術師は言いました。誰もがブリテンは救われると思った。はい。ボーティガーンを撃ち、異民族を駆逐し、円卓の騎士を集め、難攻不落のキャメロット城を築けばブリテンに平和が訪れると信じていました。しかしそれは束の間の美しい夢に過ぎませんでした。配下の騎士たちが去り、中には私に刃を向ける者もいました。先手の剣を抜く前からマーリンはこの顛末を私に伝えていました。剣を抜けば全ての人に忌み嫌われる悲しい結末を迎えると。そして国が最も繁栄していた時に彼はこう言いました。ブリテンはいずれ終わりを迎える。今の繁栄は王の苦痛によって成り立っているんだ。私が国の苦しみを背負うことで人々が安寧を得られるのなら、その悲しい結末を迎える価値はあると思いました。ロビンさんの兄上ですか。確かに当時の私の考えや行動はその人と似ているかもしれません。皆に理想の国を描いてみせたつもりでしたが、ブリテンに残されたのは終わりのない戦いと血を流す戦士、そして飢えた子供だけでした。破滅を迎えるべきは私であって、私の国や民ではなかったはずです。
So, is the sword in the stone?
この剣を抜かなかったらと、私よりも王にふさわしい者がいたらと、どれほど想像したことか。私が王位につかなければブリテンは理想の国となれたのでしょうか。先手の剣を抜いて王となるか、その道を捨て故郷に残り自分の人生を穏やかに過ごすか。彼女は今私を選択の時まで戻したのですね。マスター、私は少し疲れてしまいました。やはり馬が欲しいですね。日が落ちる前にそれに乗って草原を駆けるのです。
She was nothing more than an ordinary girl. Playing the part of a king was already painful enough. Why should we force her to continue in the delusion known as heroic spirits? Better to cast aside her sword, abandon her glory, and become a nameless nobody who watches the world's grand show on the sidelines. I'll help all of you to remove the hero's garish makeup, bit by bit, until I've wiped away even the choice you've made to become a hero. Until I've wiped away all the pain you've endured on this thorny road, I've prepared a simple and happy life for all of you in this show, including you, Drew.
So, newcomer, are you staying? Someone like you has probably already burned through all your luck just trying to get into the Hertz space station, but I'll go through the motions and confirm it anyway. Just so you know, working at the Department of Cosmic Geography isn't as easy as you think. Look, I thought I was pretty impressive too when I first arrived. But you'll be beaten into shape in no time. You're just a regular researcher on this station. No one's gonna even bat an eye at your so-called talents and smarts. And I'm the Cosmic Geographer. Who's that, a game character? Are you dreaming or something? Maybe you should take a sick day and get a checkup at the medical department. I'm a bit of a fan of the Astral Express, and I know that every nameless who boards it has been through some incredible adventures. So, tell me, what great deeds have you done? Oh, I've heard of that! Apparently, a valuable relic was stolen from the space station. It was swallowed by a mysterious intruder, which then led to an attack from the Antimatter Legion. If it weren't for Madame Herta stepping in to handle the crisis, we'd all be a crisp by now. Any idea who that mysterious intruder was? Yep, you guessed it. It was you, brat. The only reason you got a job here is that lead researcher Asta took pity on you. Oh, you mean the Lord Ravager who recently appeared on the Xianzhou and caused a huge ruckus? From what I've heard, her plan was foiled by the general of the Luofu, but the Xianzhou people paid a heavy price for it. Listen, don't use someone else's tragedy as your bragging material. Let me guess. Next, you'll say you were invited to the Charmony Festival and became the festive superstar. Oh, I know what's happening now. The Department of Implement Arts imported a batch of dream bubbles. Loads of young, naive researchers have been wasting entire days in them, ignoring even their paid work. You probably ate too much of that Memoria too and thought those illusions were real. Why else would you believe you're a nameless aboard the Express? Well, I can't say I blame you. I heard the Express did invite you to join them, but you turned them down. Are you regretting that choice now?
I don't know.
Well, your resume doesn't show any particular skills, so I'll start you off with some light tasks. Sort the Department of Cosmic Geography's expenditure report for the past 6 months, schedule research meetings for the upcoming month, collect project proposals from all levels of researchers. Yeah, that should keep you busy for a while. What else would you be? Madam Herta? I'm off. Be sure to do your job well. Yeah. Sometimes I regret picking the Geography of the Universe course when I was 14 and walking away from quantum history. I felt math was just too tough for me back then. But now I ask myself, would I still be stuck in this dead-end job if I made a different choice? No, come on. Don't worry about the what-ifs. Why waste time regretting a choice you've already made? Look at me. Things aren't so bad here, are they?
You're late, newcomer. A few more system days of delay, and we'll miss the reimbursement deadline. I'll cut you some slack, given that you're new. Now get to work.
What a messy desk. Am I supposed to organize all this stuff? Where do I even start?
You're too slow. Keep going like this, and you'll still be here when the Amber Lord makes our next hammer swing. What are you standing around for? You think space bionic snails are going to do the work for you?
These reports are endless. And the stuff written in there is really weird. Hold on. I think I've seen that person over there before.
どこかで会ったことがないかと聞きたいのであれば、こう答えよう。ない。
Come on, Uncle A. Don't you ever feel like you don't belong here?
ああ、君もその手合いか。毎日多くのスタッフが私のところに雑談しに来るが、口を揃えて自分はここにいるべきじゃないと嘆く。今の生活に満足していないから、自分の居場所は別にあると勘違いするのだろう。だが、それは現実から目を背けているだけに過ぎない。その少年を叩き直さない限り、他の場所へ逃げたところで同じだ。いずれ行き場を失う。私から見れば、ここの暮らしは十分恵まれていると思うがね。世界が危機に瀕してもいなければ、人類を滅ぼそうとする狂人もいない。厨房も使い勝手がいい。食材は少し変わっているがな。まあ、宝石を湯水のように使うお嬢さんはここにもいるが、大多数の人にとっては理想郷と言える。平凡な日々。だが、失えばその価値に気づくはずだ。手放して。どうだ？おかしな考えはいくらか収まったか？やはり、ここを離れたいという気持ちはそこまで強かったわけではないようだ。
exhausted. I feel like I can't even think anymore. But deep down, I still feel like I don't belong here.
ウーサーという王の話をしましょう。私が現れる前、ブリテンの民を率いていたのが彼でした。そして私が現れた後、彼は民を守るため全てを破壊する白き竜を討伐しようとして敗れました。それでも人々は彼を最も偉大な王と称えます。あなたから見て彼を英雄にしたものは何だと思いますか？ウーサー王は勝ち目のない戦いに挑みました。白き竜を前に剣は折れ、体は引き裂かれました。人というくくりで考えればそれは失敗以外の何者でもないでしょう。しかし何かを救うために剣を掲げた彼の姿は真っ暗なブリテンの空で輝く星となったのです。私たちの目に届く星は今の姿と異なりますが、輝きに偽りはない。その光が次なる英雄の道を照らし続けるのです。あの名を失ったサーバントは私たちの人生を舞台とそう呼んでいました。彼女は宝具で星々の輝きを塗りつぶしたのです。しかしマスター、もしあなたにまだ勇気があり今なお星になることを望むのであれば、あなたを見つめる観客もまた舞台に上がり英雄となるでしょう。つい偉そうなことを言ってしまいましたね。これはあくまでマーリンの下手な真似に過ぎませんからお気になさらず。私は舞台に立つべき人を待ちながら草原を馬で駆けています。マスター、あなたの夢も私の夢ももうすぐ終わりを迎えるでしょう。
よう兄ちゃん、お前もサボりか？悪いがもう満員だぜ。あいにく課長は今逃亡中のルアンメイの創造物に悪戦苦闘してるところだ。俺なんかに構ってる暇ねえさ。まあいいじゃねえか。お前は仕事、俺はサボり。ここはお互い干渉せず仲良くやっていこうぜ。思い出した。お前さんあの性格を入れられたやつだろ。ちょいと聞きたかったんだがよ、寝てる間ホタルみたいに光るのか？こうしてあったのも何かの縁だ。一つアドバイスをくれてやる。お前みたいな若いのはどっかで死でも見つけて自分の居場所を作った方がいい。英雄のように縛られずに生きるべきだ。 ところで兄ちゃん、釣りに興味はねえか？外は真空だが意外と釣れるもんだぜ。回遊する無形のハクレン、熱い戦いを期待できる軽素軟骨魚。そうそう、この前なんかプーマンも釣り上げた。そういや請求列車がまた来るらしいぜ。今回はしばらくここに滞在するってよ。せっかくだ、見物がてら近くまで行ってみねえか。
The Astral Express. I turned down their invitation back then. Did I really make the right choice?
Long time no see. How's life been on the space station? I'm glad to see you've settled in here. Oh, we traveled to many places after we parted ways. Bellabog, the Sienjo Lafu, Penacony. There were both good and bad moments along the way. Don Hung? It wasn't an easy journey, but he's back on the Lafu now. After all, that's where he's from. Have you ever heard of the planet called Earth? Soon after Don Hung left us, Welt found the way back home, just as he had hoped. Let's pray he makes it there safely. Where did you hear the conductor's name? Did Don Hung tell you? Pom-Pom's still the same. But with fewer and fewer people on the Express, it must be getting lonely for them. I sometimes wonder what might have changed if you had come with us. Sadly, the trailblazing expedition doesn't leave room for regrets and what-ifs. March. I'm not sure how to put it. I hope that friend from the garden can cure her. Life as a nameless isn't easy. After we left the space station, we did have some passengers traveling with us for a short time, but they've all gone their separate ways now. Our friends from the Interastral Peace Corporation recently suggested we make a stop at Camelot. That planet should have been destroyed by the Antimatter Legion long ago, but we've been picking up multiple distress signals from there. So we're stopping by the space station for a while to meet some old friends. You can join us and leave with us this time if you want.
I'll think about it. I'll make sure to give you my answer before the Express leaves.
All right. I'll respect your choice no matter what you pick.
I'm so tired. Maybe I should head back first. The Astral Express.
Let me tell you the story of a bird who was imprisoned wrongfully. She was once a singer, thrown into a dark cell for composing songs that the powerful didn't like. The bird heard many voices of sorrow. So, she sang for the others trapped inside, soothing their homesick hearts and inspiring them to rise up. In the end, the bird broke free with a pocket watch, a wolf, and countless companions by her side. The bird believed that she would begin a new life after gaining freedom. She would shine on the stage and the silver screen, displaying her beautiful feathers and voice, just as she had once brought hope to the hopeless. But she was wrong. Penacony soon became unrecognizable. The songs she sang, the films she starred in, and even her own life were all locked away in a cage called money, turned into mere commodities. The movie studio wanted to turn the bird into a symbol of beauty, but the bird longed to escape from this suffocating, filthy gutter. They stripped away her stage name, replaced her with a fresh-faced chick, and smothered her with slander and rumors, leading her to a disgraceful end.
So, you seek revenge on those who tarnished your name?
No. The exact opposite, in fact. When I returned to this world, I realized there was no one left to take revenge on. Instead, I will reclaim the name they took from me and erase every single work I've ever produced. I'll destroy every trace of my existence. As
you know how it feels to be locked in a cage and have everything taken from you. So why do you still trap the masters and heroic spirits in your noble phantasm when they wish to end this Holy Grail war? Old Odie may be able to fulfill your wish, but the cost he demands is far greater. As someone born in the same era as him, you should know this better than I do.
Ugh. OT is nothing more than a parasite feeding on Penacony. Of course I won't trust him. But you're different, Master. He's a worm who has a wish for the Holy Grail. Yet, there's nothing the Holy Grail can do to sway you. If you want to stop my noble phantasm, you'll have to force me with a command spell. Come, Master. Take away my free will. Just like how they took away my name and career with their contracts and laws.
You know I won't do that, Miss Note. Let's make a wager. I've never once gambled in my life. I bet that those masters and servants will not yield to your noble phantasm, even though you've stripped their identity as heroes. I trust them.
I will wait and see.
I feel like I had a strange dream, but the details keep slipping away. My body feels so heavy. But I can't rest. There's still today's work to get through.
おや、正確なお兄ちゃんじゃないか。カクテルでもご馳走しようかと思ったんだが、まだ未成年だったな。忘れてくれ。
奇遇だな。俺も自分は宇宙ステーションの警備員なんて柄じゃねえって思う時があるぜ。
つまり君は請求列車に乗りたいのか？君のようなスタッフは毎年何人かいるが、いざその時になると例外なく尻込みしてしまう。彼らは重苦しい生活から逃げたいだけで、命を危険にさらすような冒険がしたいわけではないからな。それで君はどちらなんだ？今のままでいい。どうせもっとふさわしい人がいる。自分なんて取るに足らない凡人だ。この世に後悔を知らない人間などいない。だからといってそのせいで誰もが足を止めてしまったら、英雄という存在も生まれなかっただろう。行く先の見えない旅路でも願いを抱いて踏み出した者たちがいる。それは愚かなことかもしれないが、その愚かさこそが七死人や開拓者、そして英雄を生み出してきた。君が持っているその人形も、ある英雄がかつて存在した証だよ。ただの質の悪い工芸品だ。誰かの甘い願いが偶然それを記録として歴史に刻んだに過ぎない。列車はもう出発したかもしれないし、まだ出発していないかもしれない。だがもし君が本気でその道を進もうと思っているのなら、列車があろうとなかろうと関係ないだろう。本当に自分が七死人だと思うなら、やるべきことは一つだ。
The express is already left. Going there will be pointless. Let's go to the lab. Hit the cafeteria. Let's go fishing together. Let's go watch a movie. Isn't life on the space station wonderful? People would kill just to live the life you have here. There's no antimatter legion. No abominations of abundance. This place is the most peaceful paradise in the universe.
Something's stopping me from leaving this place. I need to avoid them.
We're not holding you back. Let's have lunch together. Stop. The future of a nameless is nothing but emptiness and despair. Do you think you're special? Think of Tiernan and Kelbeck, the nameless who were better than you. They were all consumed by the lightless outer space, never to return.
So you'll finally admit that I'm a nameless!
Would you still pull this weapon out? Even if it'll bring about a tragic end?
Marlin にも同じように警告されたことがあります。
Which is why I've crafted such gentle dreams for you all. Isn't that what you've been looking for all this time?
確かに私よりも先手の剣を抜くにふさわしい者がいたかもしれない。そう考えたこともありました。ですが私はカリバーンを抜いたあの少女を責めることはできません。たとえ身の程知らずであったとしても、彼女はただ白き竜に挑んだ王のように何かを救いたかっただけですから。もし再び選択の機会があるとしたら、私はこう伝えるでしょう。過去の自分を超え、より良い未来を切り開けることを願っていると。マスター、平和な無境で十分に休めましたね。さあ、私と共にここから離れましょう。
You'll regret this!
I'll never regret. Trust me, we can do anything!
I am unlimited. Blade works!
Watch your head!
I can't become a fool like you! And I won't agree with your choices!
I am the unlimited. Blade works!
指示、聖剣解放！
I failed. Just like how I failed in life. This is a fitting end for a traitor.
The performing arts had given you so much pain, Miss Note. Why did you choose to remain on Penacony's stage after leaving your prison?
Because I still remember how the rough prisoners fell silent and the crying children smiled whenever I started to sing. Those small moments made me feel free, even in that iron cage. But Penacony has changed. After so many amber eras, it's become almost unrecognizable. And now, I am locked in this newly forged prison. Anyway, it's time to end this. A servant who betrayed their master has no right to exist.
Then, as you wish. With the first command spell, I return your name to you. On behalf of Penacony, Asuna. Even if they have trademarked your name and stripped you of everything, that does not make you an unknown failure. Hold your head high, Mother of Iris. With the second command spell, I I return to you the testament of your existence as a heroic spirit. Your death was what made singers and artists realize the need to reclaim their freedom and dignity for merchants. You are not some forgotten shadow. You are the founder of the Iris family, one of the 5 major lineages of Penacony. That's why you chose to borrow that name, isn't it? A figure shaped by your students and friends, by Maven and the Watchmaker, Miss Note, the one who sang freely in Dreamville.
No more. I don't want to hear anymore.
With the 3rd command spell, as your junior on the stage, I return to you your freedom as a person. Mother of Iris, you will no longer be controlled by anyone from this moment on. You will now only dance for yourself. This farce is nearing its end, but I hope you can step out of the Grand Theater before you disappear and meet Penacony's artists. You are still a hero to them, no matter the slanders your name bears.
魔力に似た強い力を感じます。儀式はすでに完成に近づいているようですね。残る2機はライダーとバーサーカー。待ち受けているのはどちらか。いや、両者が同時に襲ってくる可能性もある。いずれにせよ、相手に聖杯を占有されている以上、苦戦を強いられるでしょう。マスター、この剣にかけて必ずやあなたを守り抜くと誓いましょう。
Boothill and the others got out too. Should I go check on them?
A different life? Penacony's dream bubbles are pure cancer. The Charmony Festival nearly killed me. And that servant's fantasy almost finished the job.
So, where did she put you?
I had a dream where I could never win. I got to live as an obedient serf and gave up on even the thought of gambling.
Darn right. Quit gambling. That's quite the educational dream you had there.
And you? Where'd she send you?
Me? I had a long-awaited reunion.
これは最初に固有結界に閉じ込められた英霊じゃないか。自慢の足は生かされなかったのかな。
戻った途端にてめえの小言かよ。ああ、くそ、頭が痛え。まるで長くて気の抜けない冒険をした後だぜ。よく思い出せねえが、魚の頭をした敵が出てきたような。
Looks like Lady Osner has failed. What a shame. She was just one step away from tearing the flame of dreams off the servants and tossing them into the Holy Grail as fuel. But that's the business world for you. No matter how capable your collaborator is, you gotta handle the most critical parts yourself.
Oh, fudgehead. It's time to tell us what kind of stinking pie you're cooking up with this Holy Grail War.
そのシワだらけの顔から考えると、ああ、あれか？不老不死でも狙ってんのか？
Oh, I I've lived for 10 Ember Eras already. As long as I give the word, my medical team can squeeze a few more years out of these old bones.
では、ライバルを消そうとしたのか？マスターと一悶着あったと聞いているが。
What a great misunderstanding. There are no enemies that can't be made into friends in the world of business.
Good point. But I'm still very curious about your little scheme.
私の知る魔術師たちの中には、万物の根源に至るためなら、命も人間性も平然と捨て去ることができる者たちがいます。あなたもその類なのですか？
Miss, what you're talking about is something only the Genius Society would obsessively chase after. I've been very clear about this from the start. The Charmony Festival met a hasty wrap. And Penacony needs a fresh economic boost. We need to create a business venture that will grab everyone's attention. A holy grail that grants wishes is just the golden goose we need. If this ritual works, then Penacony will own a glorious show to keep the money rolling in for 10 more Ember Eras. A carnival that even the Charmony Festival can't compete with. Even if I do have some personal objectives in this first ever Penacony Holy Grail War, that's none of your concern. Wealth that pops out of thin air will only lead to inflation. Financial growth can't be achieved by miracles. It requires precise balance and expert handling. I like money, but I don't like to play a numbers game. What I like is watching people swarm into Penacony, spending their entire fortunes just to buy a chance to enter the Holy Grail War. I like having alfalfa credits pour out of the Gilded Hour, entering the Cosmic Exchange. I like seeing my business rivals being crushed and manipulated, and then lose everything in the end. I like to acquire companies that I've never heard of, fusing them into my empire with a mere wave of my pen. The Golden Hour will set the prices for goods based on my desires, and the Blue Hour will craft Penaconian fashion based on my whims. Do you honestly believe Penacony was built on empty ideas like dreams and wishes? No. What truly underpins and supports the city is what you deem crude. It's the unending flow of money. On this rock called money, we have built the planet of festivities.
何が目的であろうと、聖杯戦争の勝者は一人だ。残念ながら、君のこれまでの行いは、全てのサーバントを敵に回す結果となった。そして今、私たちは君の目の前に立っている。
俺は数時間前の続きがしてえな。魚の頭はもう飽きた。願いが潰れて悔しがる老いぼれの顔なんざ見せ物として上等だろ。
悪巧みしか頭にない老怪を見せ物に楽しもうとはいささか品が欠けているな。
It seems you're all eager to prepare for my demise. But since there can only be one winner in this game, how do you plan to decide the victor after I bow out? Why don't we discuss a collaboration instead? Whoever can eliminate the others shall have the chance to make their wish to the Holy Grail. I will give you that right. We can even formalize it with a contract, using precise logical language to word our wishes, ensuring the Holy Grail fulfills everyone's desires. After all, isn't this the very moment you've all been fighting for? Masters and servants?
全員の願いを汚すことで成り立つ聖杯なんざ壊した方がいいに決まってんだろ。違うかマスター。
Nah, we need to whip this fella's hind end, then smash it to pieces.
珍しく同感だ。その案は気に入った。どうするミスター・アベンチュリー。たまには正義の味方をするのもいいんじゃないか
Well, I've already been the scapegoat once today, so I'll pass this opportunity to Mr. Odie.
Master, 申し訳ありません。どうやらあなたのために聖杯を勝ち取ることはできないようです。ノーツガールが見せてくれた夢のおかげで以前よりも深く理解できるようになりました。大切なのは結果ではなく、何かを救うために何かを追い求めて歩んできた道のりなのだと。私に聖杯は必要ありません。果たせなかった願いも今ここで断ち切ります。
If you are all so keen to make me your enemy, I suppose I'll have to become the final challenge on this variety show. The rules said a master is supposed to summon a historical figure as their servant to enter the Holy Grail War, but who should I summon? This question has haunted me for quite some time. Should I get the washed-up director I sponsored? Or the legendary star whose name I purchased? No, they are not worthy of being my servant. That's when a thought crossed my mind. Why not summon myself? A person who's still standing strong after 10 amber eras of business intrigue? Isn't this living legend staring back at me in the mirror? I used myself as the catalyst. I wanted to see how the business magnate Oti reflected in the history of Penacony would respond to my call as a servant. I wanted to see how people truly view me in history. The answer really hurts. To them, I'm nothing but a parasite, sucking out the sap of Penacony's oak from the top. A bug, madly devouring wealth. Do you want to take the Holy Grail? You'll have to get through me first!
So, the person we've been talking to was old Odie's servant all along?
I order you, Saber! Destroy all that is evil!
サーバントを表に立たせて自分はどっかに隠れてやがるのか。いけめのねえやつだぜ。
急いで聖杯を解体しましょう。このままでは際限なく湧いてくる虫に飲み込まれてしまいます。
ではその仕事は譲るとしよう。一騎当選は王の得意とするものだ。
あいつをぶっ倒せセイバー。 With the power of the command spell, I command you to release your noble phantasm and shatter the Holy Grail!
Omakase o! Excalibur! ようやく全てが終わりましたね。
Is this grand theater ever gonna see a day of peace? I'm starting to feel bad for the Bloodhounds and the Dreamweavers.
No need to feel bad for a heritage building insured with hundreds of different policies. Old Odie would never allow himself to lose a single coin over that.
あの野郎、勝手に聖杯戦争に巻き込んでおいて、自分は高みの見物かよ。お前ら、あいつを引きずり出して、文句の一つや二つ言ってやりてえとは思わねえのか。
Unfortunately, no master was harmed in the making of this show. Even if we tried to hold him accountable, he'd probably just brush it off with his usual tricks. The best legal team money can buy, and sky-high compensation. And I fear the Holy Grail War has already given him returns far beyond what he's put into it. The silver lining is that this little spectacle will serve as the perfect excuse during negotiations for Madame Jade to pry open an even bigger opportunity in Penacony. Mr. Scott's issues will be handled by the IPC.
These Penaconian rules, stinking of money, won't keep me down. Lancer, let's go take care of that old budger.
そうしたいのは山々だが、どうやら時間が足りないみてえだ。聖杯が解体された以上、俺たちも元の場所に戻らなきゃなんね
え。Such a shame, brother. If we ever cross paths again, I'll take you to the finest honky-tonk in the cosmos for a drink.
銀が一と来たか。そいつはいい。なら、別れの言葉はよしとこう。せっかくの機会をなくしちまう。またな、ブラザー。お前らとは、今回も本気で戦わずに終わっちまったな。どうや。
そうでしょうか。
知っての通り、私はただの旧兵だ。君が望むなら、またこちらが負けたことにしてやっても構わんが。
ここでお前らと言い争う気はねえよ。俺は消える前にもう一度ピノコニーの風景を拝んでくるとするぜ。
マスター、そろそろ別れの時だ。最後に言わせてもらうが、その服装のセンスは少し改めた方がいい。だが誇張した言葉と華やかな装飾の下には執着心のある子供が見える。たまには正義の味方になるのも悪くないな。
Let's skip the last-minute psychoanalysis, all right? And when it comes to fashion, you're not much better than me, guardian of humanity.
そう言われてみれば、そもそも人類の守護者である私はなぜこのような抑止力のない世界に呼ばれたのだろうか。
アーチャー、あなたがここに呼ばれた理由は明白でしょ。
英雄か。いい夢を見たと思っておこう。
あなたの召喚に応じてこの不思議な世界を旅することができてとても楽しかった。夢の中で私はあなたの恐れを見ました。ですがそれを恥じることはありません。未知への不安、迷い、失うことへの恐怖心、そして何かを成し遂げられなかったことに対する後悔の念は人間であれば誰もが抱く感情ですから。英雄になる前はヘラクレスもただの子供でした。今はまだ力が足りないかもしれませんが、あなたはいつか銀河を照らす星になる。私はそう信じています。もし私の存在が わずかでもあなたの進む道を照らせたのなら、それほど嬉しいことはありません。マスター、未来のあなたによろしくお伝えください。
The Holy Grail broke. What a shame. People have pursued it, fought for it, made sacrifices for it, and died for it. Much like they did for our own Penacony. They poured their dreams into Penacony to shape the planet into what it is today. But the question is, has Penacony ever answered their dreams? Look at this Memoria singularity. 10 Amber Heirs have passed. And out of those who once came here to build Penacony from the ground up, only one despicable old man is left. His friends, his enemies, they're all gone. I must confess to both of you, my wish has been granted. No matter how you see me, no matter how deeply we hated each other in the past, the Holy Grail has recognized your achievements and brought you forth as heroic spirits. Don't you think this is a rather unique reunion of old friends? It's unfortunate that Mikhail, that old rascal, couldn't be here to join us.
Mr. Odie, your wish truly moves me. If I didn't know you better, I'd almost be swayed by your sweet words. A reunion of old friends. No, it's just another part of your business deal.
Greedy. Or perhaps I should now address you as Mr. Recker. Is the editing of the footage complete? That is such an important task, after all.
I've cut out everything related to the participants' privacy and kept only the most thrilling parts of the Holy Grail War. It may not be an artistic masterpiece, but it should meet your commercial expectations.
That'd be enough for me. You artists always aim to carve your names into art's annals no matter the cost. Too bad those who actually succeed are as rare as the winners of the Holy Grail War. I'm not like that. What else can truly measure the effort you've put in apart from cold, hard cash?
The memories of former heroic spirits are also worthy compensation.
Memories of a flop director like Greedy? Do enlighten me. What worth do those hold?
His memories are indeed positively worthless as a filmmaker, but when it comes to him as a person, those memories are treasures beyond compare. He has had his struggles, disappointments, and defiance, only to be reduced to another nameless nobody. That man is a symbol of the Penacony of his times, a most ridiculous clown and a most genuine hero. How could I ever miss out on a memory with as many facets as a veritable diamond? But now, I'm more curious about you, sir. You've spent so much money, only to create such an unsightly mess. Aren't you worried you'll end up in disgrace like Greedy?
A merchant at my age who still cares about dignity would be an absolute failure.
Oh, in that case, my business here is settled. I'll take my leave.
All right. It's your turn, Miss Hasna. I'll sign the declaration to renounce the trademark on your name and all rights to your creative works. Are you happy with that?
Happy? Never. But if you don't carry it through, I'll squeeze your puny neck with every ounce of my strength until I disappear! I'll watch you take your last breath, even if I know it won't actually kill you. Goodbye, Penacony's most successful merchant. something I've always wanted to say to you. I wish you were already dead.
Now that's a heartfelt confession. Osna, I do hope your wish comes true one day.
March 7th is always bringing back bizarre and curious things. One time, she even brought back something called a raiding pistol, and it only gave Pom-Pom a single point. Also, watch out for Himiko's coffee. It's the most terrifying beverage Pom-Pom's ever encountered. But please don't ever tell her that to her face.
Is it worse than the tea from Granholm's hometown?
100 times worse.
I'd love to have a try.
And that person is always dragging March 7th into trouble. Pom-Pom had such high hopes for Don Hong, but even he started to follow along now. You passengers are all the same. Mikhail, you're spacing out again. What's going through that head of yours?
Conductor, looks like it's time to say our goodbyes again.
Will you be returning to the Express?
Maybe. I'm just happy to hear that so many people like me have boarded the Express over the years. The nameless come and go. Some find a place they want to stay, while others keep moving forward. Just like the silver rails that never stop. That's the Astral Express. I'm sure the conductor's future will never be lonely. The Holy Grail War is coming to an end, and wandering souls must return to their rest. I need to go back to Penacony.
Mikhail, remember, whether you leave or stay, the Astral Express will always be the home of the Nameless. Pom-Pom will always be here, waiting for your return.
It's a deal then, conductor. The next time the Express stops at Penacony, please sound the horn for me, Rosalina, and Tiernan. If we can hear it, then we'll definitely come visit you.
It's a promise.
You see, wishes lose their power once spoken aloud.
That does sound like something you'd say. Anyway, the first Holy Grail War orchestrated by Old Odie ended up being the last one. But the Dream Bubble movie, co-produced by Mr. Rekka and Dr. Edward, became a huge hit. Not only did it fill up movie theaters in Epsilon, it even created a new dream-chasing trend throughout the stars. Mr. Odie and the IPC's Penacony branch made quite the fortune from it. As Mr. Aventurine guessed, Odie simply brushed everything off as entertainment when questioned about placing family heads and shareholders in danger. While compensation and lawsuits are inevitable, I suspect he already knew exactly what was coming, even before the Holy Grail was activated. Now, old Odie did say he planned to give you some money, but even he thought that was too crude. So instead, he gave us the most valuable thing from this Holy Grail War. There's something inside the Holy Grail. I think this is a note for you.
Hey, brother, since you all look pretty busy, I headed out with Hook. Big thanks to Mr. Odie for buying this rare trinket I got my hands on. That's how I could afford this spontaneous trip. By the way, aren't you curious what old Sempo's wish to the Holy Grail was? I knew it, bro! You're still thinking about old Sempo, and I won't lie, the audience is waiting for it too. All right, folks, the show's over, but if there's anything still out there that can hear and fulfill my wish, I wish for everyone in the world to be happy, joyful, free, and have their every desire fulfilled.